Yeah, hello. I'm from Salium.
Hello, and welcome to the Global Youth Mental Health Awareness Show, where we have open conversations with the youth about mental health. I'm your host, Katinda Dollar, author of The Big Comeback and founder of the Confidence and Self-Esteem Academy, and one of Jim Herr's special board advisors. And in today's show, we are so blessed to be in the presence of four amazing panelists. And our first panelist is Dr. Nayuturiki Jaffet. He's a medical doctor, general surgery, public health, and Jim Herr's fund development and operational manager. Hello and welcome to the show, Dr. Nayur Turuki. Dr. Nayur Turuki, are you there?
Yes, I'm there.
Welcome to the show.
Thank you.
And our second panelist is James Mustafa Hampa. He's a public and environmental health professional, a Tech for Sierra Leone Fellow, and National Coordinator for Sierra Leone Climate Science. Hello and welcome to the show, James.
Hello, good morning, viewers. I am Jim Sompa from Sierra Leone. Thank you very much, Katsida, for the introduction.
Thank you. So we've got two other guests who will introduce as we go along. Now, in today's conversation, our guests will be talking about giving us insights on the role of youth in promoting mental health. But before we dive in deeper, I always like to ask, how are we feeling today? James.
Oh, I'm really good. I'm feeling good. The day is calm and it's very cool.
Okay. What about Jaffet? How are you feeling today?
Yeah, I'm very good now. It's fine, everything.
Yes. Can we actually see your video? So it's nice to see your face.
Yes, yeah. To say that I'm very good, I'm nice. Everything's okay now.
Thank you. Okay. So now
Yeah.
today's topic is an interesting one because we're talking about the role of youth in promoting mental health. So, what is the importance of youth engagement within our communities, schools, organizations, peer groups, and families in this matter that is productive and constructive? What is it how do the youth engage with all these people? Japheth.
Yeah, thank you very much, Linda. That is a very good topic and which is needed. And normally, the youth is needed in our community because they are the one who is strong, the one who is having, can say, fresh mind to, and the one sometimes who is affected with mental problem because of some different problem they meet with, especially is the one the some when they meet this problem of mental is the who make intoxication, the one who take using alcohol, which is consumption of alcohol, or the other thing, tobacco, like that. So, and then take them to have many mental problem. So that is why if the young people, they are integrated in this system of to mental problem, it will resolve many problems in our community, and we will have the youth which have mind set which is developed and to change a lot of things, especially in mental problem. Because when you have mental problem, it's become problem for to work. It's have a problem for thinking. It's have a problem for to develop and to make a new innovation in our community to support the community. Sometimes it causes a problem. That is why if we here we discuss about this, the youth can understand that they are the one to change and to focus to develop or to prevent this mental problem, because the one who will be the leader of their country, the leader of the community, and to bring the new system development of their country, of their family, everything. So that is how I can say that we need them, and we keep discussing about that. Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you. And how can the young people build positive relationships and furnish the support needed to build on their leadership strengths and better mental health?
Yeah, normally the young people, in fact, they are the one. They are many ways to develop relationship to prevent this problem from mental health, because most of the time they are the one they meet in many different clubs, and they meet in the school, they meet in the where they're playing everywhere. So that is where they, when they meet together, they can still discussing, they can still not abuse their life, or not abuse their energy, not abuse their activity. So there they will help them if they put together and they take time to discuss. They create, let's say they create a club. Let's say they are creating club anti-mental problem in the young. They create a club to prevent the alcohol abuse, to prevent those conditions which most of the time causing them to have the, let's say to prevent the stress, how they can prevent the stress. They create maybe the time to go to play the music, time to go to sing, time to go to discuss how they can develop the future. So that time they will make good relationship. If they are together, if they are think together, they put their mind together, so they will be the time to to have strong relationship and to prevent those mental problem. Yeah.
Wow, that's amazing. There's so many things the youth can do. So, and how then, this is interesting. How can the youth be a role model in reducing the prevalence of drug use, violence, and high risk sexual behavior? I know this is a very profound question. How can the youth be role models of those things to reduce that?
Yeah, thank you. And you see that those, especially nowadays, the people, they are, especially the youth, they're abusing let's say they're abusing the sex. They do whatever you see where they are admitted abusing the sex, they do the activity which is not really good in the community. So that is why our time now is to take time to discuss, to know the, if you are starting to abuse that mind, to abuse the sex, to abuse the, not take the time to think and to develop a mind. Take a time maybe to develop other. Maybe you can develop business where you can think about the business, where you can think about your health, how you can think about study to develop yourself. So you start to try to develop other mind. So that's what it causes a problem. So that is why the youth, they are the one to take time and they think. So as what we can still supporting for them is to create this some platform which teaching them how they can develop their mind, how they can change a lot of things down in their future, how they can support the community, and then and as we give some examples for the people who work hard, the young who work hard, and who was changing many things in the community. So that it will be the way to make them to challenge, to decrease the challenge, which, because there's some who abuse because they don't know. Maybe they don't know where there's some who are in the community or the family where they don't get the chance to sit with the family, to sit with the parents to discuss those challenging problems. So, but that's the time and opportunity to take time to discuss with them and to show them what they can do to develop their life, and then to support, to help the community as young people have.
Thank you. Thank you. James, can you hear me? James. James, can you hear me, please? Can you speak so I know whether you can hear me? Because I want you to give us some of your insight. How can the youth be role models in reducing the prevalence of drug use, violence, and high-risk sexual behaviors? Come on, I can't hear you. I can't hear you at all. Check your volume. We still can't hear you.
I think you can check the earphone. They are not working well, I think so.
Yeah, we can't hear you at all. So we could hear you before, but not now. Maybe check your headsets. Maybe they're not working properly. They're not connected properly. No, we can't hear you. Okay. Do you want to maybe disconnect and come back on just to see or check your headsets? Okay, so we'll just continue with this. So in terms of awareness of self and others, positive attitudes and values, responsible decision-making and social interaction skills, what is the role of the youth in promoting this? Jeffet, before we get to Angie.
Yeah. Uh, for this in youth developing, so normally the youth, if you see the worldwide, let's say in this African country and the around the Eastern country, we found that the young people, there are many. We have many people who are very still young people who are there, who are the one to. And then when you see the future, how it will be, you see that you have many people, men who will be young people. So, but the challenging to become when you see the youth people, they want to abuse. They have many young people who still have life abuse life. So that is why that's why this point we now the time is we have to take time and we start to develop this system as we started, maybe to discuss with them and to teach them how they can develop, how the mental health, what is problem of a mental health. They have to know how it started, how they can prevent it, how they can then take time to prevent it, and then to know the consequence for the future, for their life, for their family in the future. So at that point, it will be the way to have the youth in the future or leader people in the future who have the mind which is good, which doesn't have a many problem, and then they will be able to resolve many challenging problem. Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you. Welcome, Anchege. We're just talking about the role of youth in promoting mental health. And I'll pose a question to you, just going back one step. So what role do you think the youth could play as a role model in reducing the prevalence of drugs use, violence, and high-risk sexual behaviors?
Okay, thank you so much. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
Okay, thank you. The thing that can help the young to improve in mental health about the drug abuse, first of all, I think we should give these people the time to get to know themselves first. Whenever we see them that they are using the drugs and the alcohol or whatever it is, we need to, first of all, we encourage them. We don't have, first of all, to go to tell them that you're supposed to stop using this drug in a harsh way. We are supposed to take them in a step way. So you can tell if it is a guy, you try to cool him down, you bring him, you tell him maybe, first of all, he is supposed to do, okay, maybe go for counseling, look for some help from those people who are more educated. Because when you tell him, stop drinking, stop using this alcohol, at the moment he'll be like, maybe you're using some words which are harsh on him, or they can harm him in his emotions. So first, I think it is good, first of all, we take a step when we are training them on how they can stop being this addicted in these drugs, you see. And then also we can practice on a way of bringing them back to the community, so that you can help them in a way of knowing this drug that you're using, it is harmful to you, or maybe it can lead you to some problems like diseases or whatever. But when we bring them, we can encourage them in a way of, in a way of getting to know themselves and getting to know that they're important. Because we find that in most of the communities, even here in Kenya, you can find that those people that are using drugs or alcohol, you find sometimes they are being like, they are not even brought up in a way that you can brought another child in the same community, the way that you can bring this guy who is using the alcohol. So I think the most important thing is we take them as our own people, as those people that are important in our community. First we encourage them and show them that they are so much important, because sometimes we neglect them and we start saying that they are the bad people that we have maybe in our midst, in our surrounding. But sometimes you tend to know that when we fail to educate them, that's why they tend to use this alcohol, or they tend to find that using alcohol, it is their best life of living, you see. So, but if we can come up and as the young people and show them that they are still important and that still they can change, I think we can bring something new to them. Yeah.
Yeah, that's also good. Yeah, self-awareness is very critical, because again, people need to be validated. I think, as you said, when people feel not needed or not loved or not part of the community, they feel isolated. Then once they feel isolated, they feel lonely. When you're lonely, what do? You obviously end up doing something that is probably harmful to yourself. Now, James, what would you like to add if you can hear us?
Hello, am I audible now?
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay. Thank you for the question. That's a very good one. I want to say thanks to Doc and Anne for their contribution. The first thing I would like to say about the role youth serving as a role model to their peer groups. Most of these youth get involved into drug abuse, sexual acts, and violence because they were once influenced by their peer groups. They were influenced. So using the same youth can get them influenced out of this type of mental health problems. And the sense is you serve as a role model within your peers. They always look at you. I want to say this, that every youth has in one time or another be faced with mental issues. But if you are able to overcome that mental issues that we are faced with, you can use your situation as a scenario to help other youth to overcome their own situation as well. And also for you to do that, victims of mental issues, they only like or they are only looking for a listener, someone that will listen to them. someone that will give them ears for them to explain their problems. They would like to talk, but don't want to be judged. They will like to say what they are feeling, but they hate to be judged. So, as a youth, you should try to close that social class gap. You try to bridge the gap between you and the victims of mental um, issues, and try to create like a common ground wherein you can exchange ideas. During the course of exchanging ideas, you can be giving them advices on how to transform their life from this present predicament to a better life. So if you can give your colleagues youth a listening ears, that can help them to transform. In simple, I'm just saying that you can serve as a counselor, a community counselor towards them. And also, most of the working environment, working places, youth form majority in those workplaces. I can imagine from educational institutions like colleges and universities trying to come into the working environment. So if only these youth are well capacitated about the concept of mental health, train them, they can establish, just like what doctor was saying, they can establish a small mental health discussion forum. It can be a club or whatever, wherein they meet and discuss issues. And discussing issues with 2 or 3 people can help you to, it cannot be personified, I mean, saying it out that this is what I'm going through. But generalizing the discussion can help remedy or give solution to another person's mental health issues. So those are the key roles I can think youth can serve towards their colleagues as a role model.
Thank you,
Thank
Felix.
you.
Thank you. Thank you. Now, just moving forward, so how can the youth be encouraged to help their friends, to seek for help, or talk to someone they trust? Japheth, what do you think? You're muted. Unmute yourself, please.
Yeah, come again for your question, and then I didn't hear well.
Yeah, so how can the youth be encouraged to help their friends, to seek for help, or talk to someone they trust?
Yeah, so sometimes those people who who take drugs or who are abusing alcohol, most of the time they have their friend, and to believe that a friend is, if they don't take or eat drinking together, sometimes it become problem. So most of the time we them they have to be, if they are together, and you have to make a friendship with them. So you have to first is to make a friendship. After making a friendship, as Annie was saying, not only to push, tell him no, stop, stop. So as you make a friendship, discussing, if you manage to take one who was a friend with the others, they will is the one who will again come to support, to go for educating the other one who's still abusing or who's still having the other problem. So at that point, and it will help you. So the other way is to support. I'm saying is to go for, most of the time the problem started in the community, where in the family. So when the father or mothers or other member of the family, they are not taking care for the youth, or discussing with them, or sit together discussing how the challenging problem they have. So that is the other way for to take time to go to discuss in the family, especially the same in the school. So if this way over the school, if there's some who creating maybe some way time to go and creating small ceremony, they can be the way to discuss. And then after discussing that, the one who have maybe who understand well what is important of not abusing, what is problem of the mental problem health, how to become, how when to become much, where it can lead to go to death. So that is why when we there is a way to
Okay, doctor, we just lost you. Your voice, your sound is gone. Jafet, I think we lost your sound, or maybe you're frozen. James, if you can hear me, how can the youth be encouraged to help their friends, to seek for help or talk to someone they trust?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yes, go
Yeah.
ahead.
Oh, I think so. Youth can be encouraged by involving them in various trainings and giving them the necessary skills to go out there and reach to their colleague youth and see how they can encourage them in or help them out in their mental health issues. This can be one, like in the mental health report that was published 2022 this year. There is a scenario that they gave about the ABC campaign: action, belong, and commit. One is the act is for the youth to get yourself well equipped, to get yourself prepared for you to face your colleague youth, and also you should get yourself immersed with them, belong with them, because you can only convince them to go for a mental health counseling or treatment when they feel, when you establish a trust with them, you allow them to get to trust you. So you try to belong with them, do something that connects you with these people, just as doctor was saying, create a friendship with them, and then you commit yourself to the cause that you are getting along with these people to transform their life from the mental health issue they are faced with to a better person. So with that, you should always commit yourself to the cause. Don't allow them to deviate you from what you are working towards, because it's like I should say a win-win approach. It's either you win them over or they win you over. So you should always get yourself committed to the cause that you are trying to transform their lives to something better. But the key issue is you should always try to establish a trust. So youth can be capacitated through training and other and other skills development programs that can enable them to establish connection with their colleague youth out there and see how they could transform them to be a better person. Thanks very
All right,
much.
thank you. Thank you. Anne, what would you like to add? How can the youth be encouraged to help their friends, to seek for help, or talk to someone they trust? What would you like to add?
Thank you. What I think that we can help is, first of all, we have to get them to develop listen. Listen.
Okay, we can't actually hear you very well. Anne, we can't actually hear you very well. Anne, are you there? Okay. Now, just moving forward, as a last question here. So, what is, like, for example, what is serving as an ambassador for mental health organizations mean for the youth? I'll go with you, Dr. Mayuturiki. What
yes,
is serving as
yeah.
an ambassador for the youth mean?
As organization which is focusing in mental health, so that is our opportunity. That is our way to now to start to s- to work with the community. Especially, we need to work with the community healthcare, and we need to work with some other organization which has the ability to assess those youth and to work with the other club, especially club for the school, some school, and then there's some club with where in the some different countries where they have the habilitation center where we can still we can take time to go and we discuss, we see what they need, which support they need, to maybe they can need some discussion they can need, we can still creating some new platform like a discussion like this, and then we invite them to be a part of that, and we take time, sometime we go, or we create the other way discussion, and we ask what cause of this mental problem for them. Maybe there's sometime they have that problem where they don't know what is it, what is coming in the future. So when we take this opportunity and as organization which is focusing for the mental health problem, that is our time, that is our opportunity to support those other small group, that is other club, and we discuss with them, and we know what is the challenging they have, what is the challenging they have to keep resolving the problem they have in mental health, and other challenging they have which can come causing those problems, and to prevent than to see the problem comes, or we can do our best to prevent it.
Thank you. Thank you. What about James? What do you believe for the youth to serve as ambassadors? How would that be good for mental health organizations? James? Okay.
I think
So,
James
Anne,
has an issue of the network.
yes.
Yeah.
Anne, can you now?
Hello.
Okay, James, you can hear us. Okay, go ahead.
Yeah. Given the role to you to serve as mental health ambassador is a very good approach because it can help to propagate the concept of mental health towards their colleague youth, and it can help them to propagate the concept of mental health to their colleague youth, and it's a simply approach to reach thousands of youth out there, because a particular youth can be able to just like um, doctor was saying, establish clubs. It can be a community club, school clubs, institution, talking forum and everything, and with that it's like entrusting them the responsibility to lead other youth within their own communities. So I think giving youth the role and the responsibility, it's a very good idea because it allows them to develop leadership, charisma, and also to reach out to their colleagues, youth, in promoting mental health.
Thank you. Anne, what would you like to add to that? How would serving as an ambassador for mental health organizations be something which is really a good thing for the youth?
Thank you for the question. You can hear me now?
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay, what I think is important as me as an ambassador in mental health awareness, I think the good thing is, first of all, like the doctor has said about taking them to the rehabilitation centers in the children's home, where they get more education and more being trained on how they can forget about using the drugs and the alcohol. So I think me as an ambassador and improving the mental health in the role of the youth, the important thing is, first of all, to encourage them as first of all they can see maybe me I'm a young person and they can see maybe whatever I'm doing. So my role model to them will motivate them more on changing their lifestyles. Yeah.
Okay, thank you so much. Yeah, so that's it's been quite a good topic today. So if you've just joined us, we've been talking about the role of youth in promoting mental health. And our panelists have been just talking about how being a youth, how you can be a role model as a youth, how being in an organization, a mental health organization as an ambassador as a youth, what are the benefits of all that? So just before we conclude, I always I know there's so many ways we can protect our mental health and well-being. What is one thing, Anne, you do for yourself on a daily basis to suit you, to check in with your mental health and to suit your soul?
Thank you. For me, because we usually have a lot of things in our minds, and even whatever we are doing every day. So sometimes you feel like you're tired in your mind, so you try to relax.
Please,
First
can
of
you
all,
back
you
up
listen.
for the question you're asking? I didn't hear well the properly.
That's okay. I will ask the question to you. Just 1 second. Yes, Anne,
Okay.
continue.
Okay. I was saying that you're supposed first of all to listen to yourself, so that whenever you want to make a decision, you don't make a decision when later on you regret what you did. So that is a way of even reducing your mental illness, what I can think about. But for me, when I woke up every day, I first of all, okay, it's a must, I pray. And then I just listen to myself, what I want to do for the whole day. What have I planned for the whole day? So I see whatever I planned, is it something that is going to pressure me, or is it something that is I have already planned for it since I have woken up? So first of all is to plan. You plan whatever you are doing every day, and first of all you try to listen to yourself before making a decision. That can help a lot in your mental health. Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you. Welcome, Emmanuel. You've just joined us when we're about to finish, and we're just talking about there's so many ways to protect your mental health and well-being on a daily basis. What is one thing that you do for yourself on a daily basis to check in with your mental well-being and to suit your soul? Okay, we can't hear you. I think something's wrong with your sound. We can't hear you. No. I think maybe log out and log back in. Log out and log back in because we can't hear you. Yeah, I'll jump to you, doctor. What would you do if we can hear you? Because I don't know what's happening with Emmanuel.
Yeah, thank you. Normally, for everyone should normally everyone should be aware about that, and should they know how to. If you can't support the people who have mental health while you have a mental health problem, so you have to know that you are a health mentally. So and then you have a way to support others. So and then for myself, always I take my time to think myself and to see how I am every day, how I can do for my future, and then I don't take time to abuse whatever thing, whatever drug, whatever. So I read the book. Take my time to read the book. I take my time to look some videos, to participate in some meeting, to go on the church, so that way I'm to be with the people, and then when I participate for those some discussion, so I feel how I am, and I feel very comfortable. When I see that I'm comfortable, I fine. So, and the other way, most of the time, when I feel that I'm not comfortable, I'm not well, I can contact the counselors. Then I discuss with them the problem I have. Then they give some ideas. So, which is the one I devise for the other people So when you feel that you are not okay, when you feel that you are not mentally, maybe you have some challenging problem for you, so don't be afraid to go to see the counselors. You discuss with them, and then maybe they will tell you what you can do, what you can change. You maybe that time, and then you will prevent yourself to go in that mental problem challenge which will come. So it is better to prevent than to treat them when the problem comes. So that is how me I work and I discuss with the people and I play. So that's fine. That's what I can say. I do myself to prevent and to be aware that mental
Thank
has,
you.
yeah.
Thank you. Emmanuel, if you can hear us, what do you do for yourself on a daily basis to check in with your mental well-being and to suit yourself? Okay, I can hear you. Not sure what's happening with your sound. Are you able to maybe talk without the headphones and see if it's possible to hear you? Okay, I'm not sure what's happening. James, what about you, James? What what is one thing you do on a daily basis to check in with your mental well-being and to suit your soul?
Yeah, there are certain things I do, especially first in the morning when I wake up. I try to always establish a to-do list for the day so that I will not get myself stressed up. I do my to-do list, what I should do, and after which, okay, before that, I do my prayers, do my to-do list, and after which, I do some basic exercise to get myself eased up for the day and freshen up. And I think with that, I can go for the day. If I have anything disturbing me, especially that got me excited or depressed, I'll find someone that I'll confide in and discuss with him or her, especially depending on the issue. If it's official issue, I have someone that I will call and say, okay, this is what is bugging me. How can we address this issue? And he or she will give me an advice, say, okay, do this, do this. Once I've said it out, I know I'm eased up, whether it have a solution or not. But as long as I've discussed it with someone, I feel eased up instantly. So those are the things I do to handle my mental issues for a day.
Thank you, thank you. And to find more information on Global Youth Mental Health Awareness, please visit our website, www.globalyouthmentalhealthawareness.org, or you can email jude@jimha.org. That's all for today. Thank you so much, Anne Chege, James Hamper, Dr. Jaffet, Emmanuel, for sharing your insights on the role of mental health on youth. And I want to thank you, viewers, for being a fabulous audience and for watching the Global Youth Mental Health Awareness Show. Until next fortnight, may you all experience the frequencies of love and light. Stay blessed. Bye for now.